Do not, under any circumstances, buy a car from Ford.
Man, if you needed another fucking reason to hate Ford, why the fuck would you put your battery under the seat?
26 Ford Expedition and thinks it's the absolute worst piece of shit.
I am having big regrets right now.
Whatever you do, do not buy a Ford, and let me tell you right now, I have learned my lesson twice over.
That's why you don't fucking buy Ford, people.
A buyer calls his dealer demanding to return his brand new F250 Right after driving it off the lot. That is not someone who just got a bad deal. That is someone who uncovered something major, the hard way, and he is far from alone. Drivers are ripping their hair out finding batteries buried under driver's seats, while owners of brand new 2026 Expeditions are already calling them the worst vehicles they have ever owned. This is not just a single bad model or a temporary glitch. It is a widespread pattern across the entire Ford lineup that has been brewing for years. By the end of this video, you will see exactly why thousands of Ford drivers are reaching their breaking point. Before we dive into the recall nightmares, do us a quick favor, smash that like button, hit the notification bell, and subscribe so you never get stuck with a money pit. Tell us in the comments what you drive right now.
Ford drivers, you should be scared. Ford just issued a do not drive warning for 2 different models, and it could be dangerous. Ford has been known for an insane amount of recalls the last couple of years, and this time it's the Bronco Sport and Maverick truck from 21 to 26. Ford says this is due to a faulty front suspension that could fall apart and lead to an accident. This is due to an error in the ball joint assembly, and when it falls apart, you will lose control of your vehicle.
Some bad news from Ford today is the company may have to replace over 90,000 EcoBoost engines due to a potential failure. According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, or the NHTSA, Ford and Lincoln are recalling 90,736 vehicles that come equipped with the turbocharged 2.7-liter and 3-liter EcoBoost engines. These engines in the affected vehicles may contain intake valves that have a propensity to crack and break. An engine intake valve that fails may lead to catastrophic engine damage, resulting in a loss of motive power.
Okay, so I have a 2020 Ford Explorer, not even 100,000 miles on it. I have had so many issues with this truck. I can't even tell you like what I fixed because it just goes on and on. Lately, well, actually for the past like year, my check engine light comes on and it says the NOx sensor fault. Okay, so I replaced the NOx sensors 3 times in this truck and it's still coming up. Like my check engine light will come on sometimes, and then if I turn my car off, it will be off. Literally, it's to the point where my mechanic doesn't know what to do.
Ford wants buyers to believe every issue can be quietly handled with a simple recall or a quick software patch. But when an official recall notice literally tells owners, do not drive this vehicle, that is not a minor fix. That is a serious safety hazard sitting in your driveway. Take the EcoBoost engine nightmare. Ford had to replace 90,000 engines due to catastrophic failure risks. That isn't a rare hiccup. That is an entire city's worth of trucks needing major engine overhauls. We are seeing these failures on EcoBoost engines and 10-speed transmissions across F-150S, Explorers, and Expeditions. Take this 2020 Explorer owner, under 100,000 miles, and it has broken down more times than she can count. 100,000 miles used to mean a truck was just getting broken in. Now, for Ford owners, it means your warranty is expiring right as the real repair bills arrive. Drop a comment if your Ford broke down early.
Yo, when it comes to buying your first car, don't be buying a Ford Fiesta, okay? There's plenty of other good options. And it's not the Ford Fiesta. It's called EcoBoom for a reason. Now, yeah, I get it, okay? It's a popular first car at 17 because you can get insured on it. It's a decent looking car, blah, blah, blah. Okay, none of that is true. Insurance is fucking sky high on any car, okay? So choose the best looking one. Choose the fastest one. The Fiesta's none of that. Okay? You want something reliable, go with a Toyota Yaris. You want something that looks better, a Polo. Oh, it's a girl's car. Shut up!
If you are in the market for a new car and you look at a Ford, and more specifically a Ford Escape, do not ever buy that car. That car has been ruining my life for a year. Every time I get something fixed on the car, something else goes wrong, which stops me from driving it at the worst time. It is awful that a manufacturer even let this car go and be sold to the public for how shitty it is.
This is your PSA. Do not buy a Ford Mach-E. Who buys electric vehicles? At least not Fords. They are the worst. I'm stuck in the middle of nowhere. It's going to take 2 hours for my car to charge on a Tesla supercharger, and the dealership has been nothing but useless.
Why, oh why, do y'all buy white Ford Explorers? At this point, I'm kind of sick of it.
What is the worst car on the market?
Probably, it'd have to be a Ford Ranger.
Here's a perfect example of why Ford sucks ass. So, see that metal pan, that fresh pan right there? Well, that pan was originally that plastic piece of shit with the stupid drain plug. It was leaking all over the place.
Ford did again. Super common issue, Fords on all these edges, Tauruses. The water pump normally easy on most cars, right? It bolts to the front of the cover. Ford decided it's a good idea to put it behind the timing cover. See a ton of these, probably at least one a month, if not more. We got 2 in the shop right now. Basically, they made it so you got to spend $1,000 just to replace your water pump.
I am having big regrets right now. I seriously wish I never bought a brand new truck last year. I wish I never fucking did. The warranties that they offer is a fucking scam. And some of these, like, you know, additional warranties to purchase, it's a fucking scam.
If you think you can just avoid one bad model, think again. This issue spans Ford's entire catalog. From the Fiesta, Escape, and Mach-E to the Explorer, Expedition, and Ranger, real owners and mechanics are issuing the exact same warning. Look under the hood and the engineering choices get worse. Ford built oil pans out of cheap plastic that crack and leak, forcing mechanics to install aftermarket aluminum pans just to fix the design flaw. Even worse, they buried routine wear items like water pumps deep underneath the timing cover. What should be a quick repair now requires tearing half the engine apart. To top it off, buyers who bought extended warranties to protect themselves are finding out the hard way that those policies don't cover these exact design flaws.
A day in the life of Mariah. My shop car decided to just like completely die on me. My truck is taken apart for Atlantic City and getting repowder coated. So now I get to push this car into the ditch.
It's 90 degrees outside and I am stuck inside my hot ass car. What did Valentina do this time? She broke down with me again. I've had enough of her. I'm at the RMV, guys.
Sitting here, freaking sweating my balls off, eating a scone because my car won't start. So, ask me how my Thursday's going.
That's why you don't fucking buy Ford, people. That's why you don't buy the Ford. You can't park there.
Does anyone want a piece of shit van? I hate this van. I absolutely hate this van. I bought it. Yeah, I bought it a while ago. But it's gave me nothing but problems. You have given me nothing but problems.
This isn't just about high repair bills. It is about real people left stranded on the side of the road. Watch these drivers sitting helplessly in 90-degree heat, eating lunch inside stalled cars that refuse to turn over, or watching their vehicles literally catch fire in active traffic lanes. When you see an owner kicking his own van in pure frustration, you realize just how far past their limit these drivers have been pushed. When you put all the pieces together, the plastic oil pans, buried water pumps, batteries hidden under seats, and non-working windows, it is hard not to wonder if these engineering choices were made intentionally to keep repair bays full long after warranties expire. Remember that buyer who called the dealership demanding to return his F250 right after buying it? He wasn't overreacting at all. He simply spotted this dangerous pattern early and tried to escape before it wiped out his savings.
What's the car people regret buying the most?
I can't speak for everyone, but I can tell you from experience that with our leasing company, Ford Broncos have been returned non-stop way before the lease ends. And anytime we do a Ford Bronco lease on someone, they always want to get out of it sooner.
If you were thinking about buying a Bronco, here's why you shouldn't. Well, first things first, the amount of times that I've had water all over the place because my roof is leaking, it's a good enough reason to not want one. Because I paid $200 for them to check it out and they told me, oh, we didn't find a leak. Well, looks like there's water there to me. And then also, it leaks from up in the middle.
This is your sign not to get a Bronco. If you're thinking about getting a Bronco or somebody around you wants to get a Bronco, tell them, don't even fucking think about it. I just heard today that I have to get a new transmission, catalytic converter, and there's a leak in the engine. I have owned this car for just over a year.
Another reason why you shouldn't get the EcoSport. Their windows don't work. Thanks, Ford Motor Company, for making probably the worst vehicle I've ever seen in my life. Thank you.
This is going to be another installment of Ford can go fuck itself. So I get that they had to bury the thermostat housing below a whole bunch of shit because it's a really compact engine bay, but still, fuck them. But why does Ford do this shit? Like, you have to take the alternator out, which, fine, whatever, not a big deal. Take out this bolt, then the instructions say take out the nut that's on this, and then you have to remove the stud. And they do that shit all the fucking time with a bunch of stuff. If you're gonna put a stud in a threaded fucking hole and then put a nut on it that I'm gonna have to take off, just put a fucking bolt in that hole.
Well, it's happened. We've had the first problem with my FG Falcon. So basically what happens is I go to start it. This system comms fault. I've never seen this before, and none of this is working. So the ICC, you know, nothing is going on here. Now, this car has been parked up for a couple of days.
Whatever you do not buy a Ford, and let me tell you right now, I have learned my lesson twice over. I bought my car in 2020, and that's the year that it came out. I've had nothing but problems, and it had maybe 4 or 5 miles on it from test drives. I have an entire book full of the issues that I've taken this in for. I've had numerous things replaced.
Even Flagship revived models like the Ford Bronco are failing owners with leaking roofs, failing catalytic converters, and premature transmission replacements. Add in EcoSports with dead power windows, terrible thermostat housing designs, and persistent electrical communication faults, and the pattern becomes undeniable. So here's our final verdict. If you are shopping for a Ford right now, especially one with an EcoBoost engine or the 10-speed transmission, go in with your eyes wide open. Check the recall history model by model. Ask about the water pump, inspect the oil pan, and test drive for transmission hesitation. The most frustrating part? These owners didn't neglect their vehicles. They changed their oil, drove responsibly, and trusted the brand, only to be left holding the bill for flawed engineering choices. What is the one car or truck you deeply regret buying, and do you think automakers design these parts to fail on purpose? Drop your thoughts below, hit the like, share, and specifically subscribe so you never get blindsided by a multi-$1,000 repair bill on your next car. We will see you in the next video.